Let's start with this. Mike Trout, Pete Alonso, and Joey Gallo are all listed at 12-1 to lead Major League Baseball with the most home runs this season. Would you bet on any of those three guys at those prices, or would you rather take a shot on somebody with longer odds?
Guys, I'm sorry. I'm looking to see if Anita is going to be dropping any more names on us. We look to be clear at this point. And look, if there's any one of those guys I'm going with, it's going to be Pete Alonso. And I appreciate the Teoscar Hernandez pick, Joe. It's a little sneaky, but there are better ones out there. Yordan Alvarez didn't play at all last year, but in his rookie season in 2019, might have been the best hitter in all of baseball. 25-1. Love that in that park as well. You know, if you want to go really long shot, you can go Franmil Reyes. May have the most raw power of anyone not named Aaron Judge or Giancarlo Stanton in baseball, and is going to be a fulcrum in that Cleveland lineup this year. If you want to go a really, really long shot, though, 100-1. The guy who won National League MVP last season, Freddie Freeman, I know he's considered more of a gap-to-gap type hitter. It's a guy who had 38 home runs a couple of years ago, someone who is swinging better than he has in his whole career, and he's going to be coming off a year in which he didn't have COVID-19, didn't spike to 104.5-degree fever, didn't fear for his life. Freddie Freeman is going to be at his best this year, and 100-1, awfully good odds for him.
I like that. Good buy low case to be made for a guy like Freddie Freeman. All right, let's go from the hitters to the pitchers and take a look at the NL Cy Young Award odds. Jacob deGrom leads the way at plus 450. Trevor Bauer, newest member of the Los Angeles Dodgers, at 6-1. Max Scherzer, Walker Buehler. It's an incredible list. Of all the guys on the list, would you want to take one of these right now, Snell, Nola, Darvish, or would you rather go off the list for someone at longer odds?
You know, give me deGrom and cash that thing. He shows up in Port St. Lucie and is hitting 99 in his first bullpen session yesterday. Jacob deGrom is the best pitcher in baseball right now, and I feel like that plus 450 is a good number on him. Other guys on that list, I like Buehler at 9-1. You go a little bit off the list. Jack Flaherty, I think he's going to have a bounce-back season. He was the best pitcher in the National League in the second half of 2019. If you go down a little more, Corbin Burns with the Milwaukee Brewers, an awfully interesting guy at 40-1, struck out 88 in 59 innings last year. And Zach Gallen of the hometown here, Arizona Diamondbacks, through his first 8 starts, had a 1.8 ERA, had an average start, had a bad start, finished the year at 2.75, strikes out guys, gets ground balls. He's a sneaky guy at 50-1 that I might throw a couple bucks on.
A few weeks ago, you joined the show and you talked about liking the Tampa Bay Rays as a potential dark horse to make it back to the World Series. They're currently listed at plus 120 just to make the playoffs. $100 bet returns $120 on that investment if they just make the playoffs. Do those odds make you nervous at all for their World Series chances?
Not one bit. And I look at the way that the Rays were last year. They don't have stars. They don't have guys who stand out. They don't get the average schmoes money thrown at them. They have a rotation this year that's lost Blake Snell, that's lost Charlie Morton, and yet one that goes 7, 8, 9 guys deep. And in a year where pitchers are going to be limited, regardless of the team you're talking about, I would be shocked if we see a 200-inning guy this year, even a veteran who's gone out and done it in the past. When you have a year where it's going to be that limited, you want depth arms, and that's what the Rays have gone out and done this offseason. And one name that I'm hearing a lot about lately, Shane McClanahan, a young left-hander, throws 100 miles per hour, has developed a slider, and it could be one of the best breaking pitches in baseball. That's what the Rays do, guys. They go out and get a bunch of names you've never heard of and turn them into players who are leading teams to World Series.
All right, my turn to ask a question, Jeff. I promise I won't name drop on you, but I want to talk to you about the Padres. Listen, they were active and attractive and aggressive in this offseason, as we know, right? Securing Tatis, 14 years. Yu Darvish, Blake Snell, just to name a few. They bring Darvish's personal catcher over with them as well. Here are the stats. Padres to win the World Series 9-1, to win the NL plus 425, and to win the NL East plus 190. Are their moves in the offseason going to translate during the season, and are these good odds? What are your expectations for them this season?
I think they're certainly going to translate into another playoff appearance like last year. The big question is, are they going to translate into a division title? And they just so happen to have the best team in baseball in their division. And that's the problem that the Padres are facing during the regular season. Are they better than the Los Angeles Dodgers? At this point, I think the answer is no. But all it takes is one injury to change that. All it takes is one breakout to change that. And one thing that the Padres have that the Dodgers and the Rays, but very few teams have, is that depth in starting pitching. I mean, the Padres are going to start the season, Anita, with a rotation that doesn't include the best pitching prospect in baseball, Mackenzie Gore. They can call on him at any time. They have other depth arms in that organization. And when it gets to playoff time, it just is a matter of how well you're playing. You know, you can throw an average team into the postseason and they can make a World Series run because baseball in the playoffs is a small sample size game, and all it takes is 3 bad games by your pitching, and you can be out in the division series.
The man, the myth, Jeff Passan from Glendale, Arizona, joining us here on Bet. Jeff, we always appreciate it, man. Have fun down there. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, guys, take care.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.